been affected by this.
She's in West Des Moines, but was supposed to be at the very temple where the shooting broke out. It's traveling thousands of miles an hour, but should land on Mars soon. What will it tell us? And is it worth $2.5 billion? The state fair begins this week, but campers are already moving in. News Channel 8 in HD starts right now.
Good evening. A terrifying scene at a Sikh temple near Milwaukee as a gunman opens fire on a crowd gathering there to worship.
Here's what we know right now. At least 7 people are dead. 3 adult men are critically injured, including a police officer. The lone gunman is among the dead. He was killed by police. And tonight, 4 blocks are roped off in a nearby neighborhood. It's been evacuated, and the bomb squad is on scene. Derek Blakely begins our teammate coverage from Oak Creek, Wisconsin tonight.
SWAT team officers and several police agencies swarmed a Sikh temple near Milwaukee, Wisconsin, after a gunman allegedly killed 6 people and wounded 3 others.
Because of the heroic actions of our officers, they stopped this from being worse than it could have been.
Police say the suspect ambushed a 20-year veteran of the Oak Creek Police Department before backup stepped in.
Another officer who was on scene was engaged by the suspect. Our officer did engage that individual, and that individual is deceased.
Witnesses here at the Sikh Temple of Wisconsin say the shooting started around 10:30 as worshipers gathered for Sunday morning services.
There was one guy outside. He just bang, first shot, and he just went inside. I was just hiding.
People who were already inside the temple also looked for places to stay safe.
My mom called my cousin. She said that her and 15 others locked themselves in a pantry.
Police have not identified the suspect, but law enforcement sources tell CBS News he is 40 years old and used a 9mm semi-automatic pistol. Witnesses say the temple's president was wounded as he tried to confront the suspect.
President who tried to just hold the attacker, but he got the shot on his back, so he's in the Frederick Hospital for a surgery.
Members of the community quickly gathered to try to find out what was happening.
At the place where you go and pray, pulling the gun out, that's what's shocking to me.
The FBI is leading the investigation and is working to determine if the shooting is an act of domestic terrorism. Derek Blakely for CBS News, Oak Creek, Wisconsin.
Local Sikhs are shocked to hear about today's shooting, especially when one woman in central Iowa almost attended that very temple this morning.
News Channel 8's Noel Smith continues our teammate coverage.
As this community of Sikhs in West Des Moines sat down for a meal Sunday afternoon, a fellow temple in Oak Creek, Wisconsin experienced terror and tragedy.
So it's really difficult to take in to see something like this, still happening in America.
Sharon Jacour could have been there. Visiting a cousin in Oak Creek, she says she considered going to this temple Sunday morning, but changed her mind last minute to avoid driving in a storm. She says it's difficult to think, what if?
It's definitely something that I thought of, but I'm just praying for the families and the lives that have been affected by this.
Members of this local Gurdwara temple say they will join together in this difficult time and pray for the victims.
Like exactly what happened in Aurora, how people reacted with that issue. So the Sikhs are always standing united, and like every non-Sikh among us, they're going to actually be very upset with this. It's in their community.
Temple visitors wear these orange headscarves as a sign of respect. And in the wake of the shooting, temple members say that that's what Americans need a little more of.
Because we do not know each other, that's why these kind of problems they crop up.
Without having too much information, Gurwinder Singh says the shooting could have something to do with misconceptions about Sikhism, something temple members say has been a struggle since 9/11.
Educate, step back, find out more, ask questions, come up and introduce yourselves, and that's what we're trying to do.
There are about 250 Sikhs in Iowa. They believe in one God, and they originate in India.
This took us by surprise. It's sad that this has happened today, and for all of us, if it's happened to any temple, church, or mosque, or synagogue, this is a very sad issue.
Noel Smith, KCCI News Channel 8, Iowa's news leader.
The car tells us her family is safe and unharmed tonight. We have new information tonight in the